That's the way he look at it.
Well, we have a lot going on here, so well, oh, I have to really understand, Ted, how we can let a dummy uh, convince a whole 70 million people that he might know what's good for him. He did convince 70 million people that, and didn't you just do a survey and say we got 60 million poor folks or illiterate people in this country? So all he had to convince was 10 more million, and then he was already, he made it over the top. And
Before we go on this tirade about 45, I want to say this, people, Americans. First, I'm gonna ask you, Ed, what's your superpower?
what's mine?
Hmm.
Oh man, I got a lot of superpowers. I can think. I can. I can evaluate people. I understand what's going on around me. I make sure that wherever I go, that I understand where I'm at, and I'm able to adapt to where I'm at, and I'm going to be able to adapt to 45, soon to be 47. I had a call from a friend of mine today, and he reminded me. He said, "Bishop, man, we done made it through two Bushes. We done made it through a false black president, Clinton. We done made it through a black president, and we done made it through Trump 1. So we ought to be able to get through Trump 2.0." I said, "My friend, you are absolutely right." So that's my superpower. I'm I'm confident in what's going to happen, and that these folks out there who are talking like they are going to change this country won't be able to do everything they think they can do. They can't turn this ship around like they want to. And we got some evidence of it yesterday. Mr. DOGE got on the program, and the host asked him, "What about this $2 trillion cuts you're going to be making here so we can get this place going?" And he finally came around and told the partial truth. And he said, "Well, maybe we won't reach 2 trillion. Maybe we're going to fall a little short." So I guess since Mr. Dodge has knows now that they're going to be in charge, that there are going to be some people out there who are going to ask for some results. So now, all of a sudden, after that October event that he got involved in, and he promised all the folks who are out there, we're going to take $2 trillion in cuts from the budget of this country, and we're going to straighten it out. Well, the reality that hit him in the face. He can't do
You ain't seen nothing yet.
it. Go ahead.
Well, when I look at my superpowers, Ed, I look at I'm an honest person.
Okay.
Now, have I made mistakes? Yes. However, also I look at my superpower as I am a very creative person, but not in the sense of creating stuff for use, but creating stuff to make it better or to change the navigation of that creation. That's my superpower.
Okay.
Now, what is America's superpower? This is what I want to get to. America's superpower to me is always try to strive to get this country better. That's the main goal. Not only the country, but the people. The superpower has diminished over the years. And I say the reason why is because when you have over 150 plus million people that have just got off the boat, that's been here less than 60, 70 years, and you have been infiltrated by people who wants to destroy this idea of America, then we have diminished. Anytime you have over almost 90 million people that don't participate in your own demise, we have lost something. And I say that because we as a country has lost the importance of what living is all about. We have got caught up. And I'm not putting down nobody's materialistic things that, a lot of people like big houses, people like 10 and 15 cars, and they like to live extravagant. And then you have people that like to live modest, or what we call modest, but it's not really modest, but they live a little bit lower than them, and they feel as though, it's a class system. You got people that's living under the bridge, and you have people living in dilapidated homes or apartments. So you have all of these people that's in all these different categories. But we as a country has lost. When you spend over almost $100 billion for pets, for pets. I'm not downing people for having pets, but I'm saying you spending over 100, probably more than that, $100 billion for pets. Now, I know what the scriptures say. The Bible says that you are more than these few birds. So, in other words, animals are lower than the low. It was created for man. But you don't put man before animals. And right now,
You putting
with
animals
the
before a man, you mean?
right, you don't put animals before man.
Okay, go ahead.
I thought I said that.
No,
So
you
anyway,
said yeah, you said something else. Go ahead.
but the thing I'm trying to get across here is we have lost our a lot. Now I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying a large percentage of people have lost their humanity, human rights, of people of being really caring about other people. And so therefore, I'm gonna get mine, you get yours. And if you don't get yours, too bad, that's your fault. We all don't have superpowers. Everybody don't, we got, everybody's got superpowers, I should say, but some of us have different superpowers as far as knowing how to survive, knowing how to navigate, knowing how to uh, have the things that you need and then some of the things you want. But now we got people that want so much, they throw out nickels and dimes, penny nickels and dimes to help some of those people, but it's not enough. So now we have a generation, I should say not a generation, but a population of people that have been left behind. Some of it obviously is their fault because you got over 60 million people that are addicted to some type of form of narcotics or alcohol or whatever. But the bottom line is that we have lost it. Anytime you have certain things, I don't want to go on and on and on, but I'm going to cut it short right here. The point is, our superpower used to be help our neighbor. Our neighbor is not next door. Our neighbor is the country. Our neighbor is the world. And what we're doing right now, and I look at this disaster. Right now, they have thousands of people, 200,000 people that's pretty much going to be out of commission. Now, you got those people that's living in some of those houses, got millions and millions of dollars, and they losing some valuable stuff, but it can be replaced. But you got people that's living in those homes, that's their whole investment. And they might have a little retirement or whatever, maybe working a decent job and what have you. But that's going to be a mess. But now I'm looking at right now these nonprofit organizations is putting their stuff out there. Donate to Red Cross. Donate to United Healthway and Greater Los Angeles. Donate to Emergency Network Los Angeles. Give to the Los Angeles Regional Food. Give to World Central Kitchen. Donate to California Fire Foundation. Donate to the Community Organized Relief Efforts. Donate to Supply Pasadena Humane. And on and on. The question is, will that money get to those people?
Some of it.
You made a astute observation. And I don't usually think about that. I give money, $20 here, not a whole lot of money, $20 here, $20 there, blah, blah, blah. Man, forget that. This is what you told me. Man, don't do that. Go on and buy a case of food and take it down there yourself. Then they're getting what they're going to get. Now, here's the thing. This is the problem. And now the government is getting involved. And let's say the government say, we're going to give you $100 billion, maybe more, I don't know, to try to build up that area of what was lost. That government don't give that money to those people. They're going to pick and choose who gets the money. They're going to pick and choose, have all the paperwork and everything, and you got a lot of people that's going to be distraught, all kind of things. How do you? It's going to be a lot of people left behind, bro, from this incident. Hundreds of thousands of people are going to be left behind. And it's going to take paperwork. It's going to take time. It's going to take all that. So the point I'm making is that the American people, you got people on the other side, and they making this political, blaming the governor, blaming the mayor for something that I believe, just my opinion, somebody started. Now, maybe I might be wrong on that, but I've been getting reports already that they say they see people even starting fires on the freeways. Now, the point is, I'm making is that there are people just that evil. There are people that's just that evil. So we don't know. But I can almost guarantee you that this prolonged or incident that was happening, and then you got people that's working, supposed to be working and helping diminish stuff, they are in on it themselves, maybe. Who knows? This is what kind of country we in right now, bro. We in an evil, real evil situation where people politically, ideology, not only ideology, then you got people that actually want to destroy the wealth of this country. And they went to the biggest, wealthiest, one of the biggest, wealthiest neighborhoods in the country. The guards better be up for the rest of these people. That's all I got to say. It better be up for the rest of these people because it's almost like people don't even care. They don't realize that there are some people out there that's really out to do some harm. You know why I say that, Ed? Let me
Go
tell you
ahead.
why I say that. Several stories, but I'm gonna just give one. We had the people who supposed to be uh, helping the people here in Florida. They had a game of people deliberately stopping them. They had the same thing over in North Carolina, trying to stop them from helping people. There's something going on, bro. Something going on. They can sit up here and say, "Oh, this is a bad incident. This is sad. This big hurricane and all that." And then you have these people that come in there. FEMA come in there to try to help people and find out what they need and what have you. And then they got a group of people coming in protesting, telling them get away from here. So the American people is going to have to rise up. Those 70 million that voted for Kamala, and then those not even vote, because we got some people in this country that hate America or want to destroy America or want to take over America. This ain't no white and black thing. This ain't no Latino thing. If we're gonna be a country, then we have to everybody's got to do something to rise up from these people. And the FBI got to do better, and the real police got to do better. All of that. And that's my take on it. The superpower is that the American people are always, I would say, majority of American people want to do the right thing. I don't care if you're poor or you're rich. But how you do that, I have no idea. And them church got to get out of them pews.
Okay. We're going to go back to your talk about what's going on in Los Angeles in Southern California. Los Angeles, Pasadena's burning up, houses are burning down, Pacific Palisade, as Mr. Harvey was saying, one of the richest areas and stuff in the country, probably in the world. They have multi-million dollar homes that have been destroyed. They also got museums with valuable artifacts and stuff in them that they were trying to save. And you find that there were people who were being interviewed, were being critical of the officials who were trying to calm the people, the population down and let them know that they're going to try to do everything they can to make them whole. That they had been in contact with the President of the United States. Matter of fact, I guess Biden came out, canceled a trip to Italy, and came out to California and did a conference with Governor Gavin Newsom to assure the folks that the federal government is going to be behind them. Now, you got all these folks and stuff sitting there who are trying to help people, then they calm them down. But you got folks who are sitting around there and being critical of these officials. They were really on Mayor Bass and stuff real hard. And Gavin Newsom, all Democrats now, that they were the reason that all those fires and stuff happened. You got to be kidding me. This was a natural disaster. And to sit there and talk about these folks and stuff who are trying to help people who are suffering, that is, man, just like you said, we have no idea what's going on in this country and what they're thinking about. They need all the support that they can get to help the people out there who need the help. And criticizing them at this point in time and everything is not productive at all. Matter of fact, it's counterproductive because it's getting the people who are sitting out there worried about what's going on, the mayor and the governor and all your county officials and stuff there and everything. They're spending hours and days at a time and stuff sitting down trying to figure out what to do. They got firefighters and stuff out there putting their lives and stuff at risk to save these people's homes. They need their backing. So in 11 days, there's going to be another administration who's going to have to come out there and deal with the devastation of those folks and stuff out there in California. And they're sitting there criticizing the current folks about what they're doing and blaming them for what the heck happened. So I'm wondering and stuff in 11 days what's going to happen because Biden is not going to be there as a president. Is FEMA going to continue to come out there and help the people and stuff in California? Or are we going to see the president elect out there standing in front of all the folks who need things and throwing paper towels to them? That's what we're going to see. And we okay with that? I'm not. So, Mayor Bass, Governor Newsom, you have all of my gratitude and everything that I can give and stuff here on this show to you. That keep on going, folks. Do what you got to do to take care of those people out there who are suffering, man. I mean, the poor folks, the middle class people, and all the rich people. They need to be taken care of, Ted, because, man, the devastation out there, man, is horrible. It is horrible. And these people who are standing out there and have watched their homes, everything they own, whether they the rich folks or they the poor folks, go up in flames and they can't do nothing about it. That has got to be the most devastating thing that can happen to anyone. And for someone to come out there and rub salt in their wounds is unthinkable. It's unthinkable.
Where is American superpower?
Yep. It's
That's what we
unthinkable
need.
if
We
for
need
them to do
America's
that.
superpower, bro.
It's unthinkable for them to even think about doing that. We have in going on right now, we're in January 2025. The climate for the last 2 or 3 years and stuff has been going down, down, down. Things are changing and stuff all over this country, all over the world. Things are changing. Your climate has changed. Usually, in January, we don't see a whole lot of bad weather and stuff coming through Texas and all these other places, and you got tornadoes and stuff happening in the middle Midwest part of the country.
Oklahoma, Wyoming,
Going
all
out,
over the place.
hey man, this is horrible
Arkansas.
stuff. Yeah, and all of these people and stuff are suffering and stuff, and who's going to be out there to empathize with these folks and to make sure that their government, who they're paying their taxes to it every year, is going to come out and help them. Now, I'm not a Republican. I'm not whatever, but I still have empathy and stuff for those people out there in that Midwest. And I know that Oklahoma and all Kansas and all other places are red states. But dang, come on, man. Hey, we supposed to be all Americans. Somebody's in trouble. My neighbor's in trouble. Supposed to be out there to help them.
Not be dogging people, blaming, and not as though they are the fault, of
Yeah,
the officials. I mean, the only thing they can do is what they can do.
right. And then try to blame extraneous circumstances upon them. Somebody in the new administration said, "Well, this happened because of DEI."
Right.
What the heck does DEI have to do with somebody's house burning up? This is crazy. Oh,
I told you that we are in the age of grifters and stupidity. That's the age we in. Grifters
and
and stupidity.
yeah, and what are we going to be doing now that they've funded FEMA to help the folks and stuff out there in California and all the other natural disasters going on here in this country, and the little money that they threw into the budget and stuff, and right before Christmas and stuff for FEMA. And if it hadn't have been for some Democrats who were absolutely saying that they're not going to vote for this daggone budget until you give FEMA some money so they can help folks with natural disasters. But nobody knew that this fire thing in California was going to happen. They got folks sitting over there in North Carolina, man, who still have got their
Here
homes
in Florida
destroyed.
too, bro. Here in Florida too.
Yeah, those people are still suffering over there, and nobody's saying anything about it. What are
It's
they
just
going
a
to do?
news cycle. That's all it is, a news
Yeah,
cycle.
it's just a news cycle, and then nobody even realizes and stuff that because of all the natural disasters and the fires that happened in California, that your all of your top major insurance companies, homeowners insurance companies and stuff, have abandoned the state,
Yes.
just like they have in Florida.
Yes.
Some of those people probably don't even have insurance on their homes. And if they do have it, they're probably paying through the nose for their premiums, and they're probably not going to even get half of that back to repair their properties.
Some of them, it's not about a repairing. It's just demolish.
Right, right. You got to rebuild completely. So we're in sort of a trouble, people. We're in a conundrum, and nobody knows what's going to happen, and nobody knows what is going to be going on and stuff here. But hey, even without this guy coming in there into the White House, the country is in some dire trouble, man. And if we don't hit a recession and stuff doing this with what's going on now, then the only person that I know who's going to help that out is not here on this earth and stuff. He's up there. Oh Lord, you got to come down and help get us through this mess that we are in. So so all those old sisters and stuff were going into the closets and everything and said, Lord, come down and help me, get me out of this trouble and whatever, old Negro spirituals, they better come on out. They better bring them ghosts and spirits and stuff out because we need it at this point in time. So,
Well, let's say one thing. I'm gonna say this, and I ain't gonna prolong it. They spent all day today, closed a lot of places to honor President Carter,
mhm,
and probably rightfully so. And I'm gonna say this story, and this is no downplay on him because it was so political during that time. And I'll never forget what he said. He was walking through New York, and people they were showing him, and this was in the when he was elected. This is in the late '70s, and he saw all of those dilapidated county or city projects, rows and rows of them. And he said that he was going to do something about it. He saw all those people living in squalor. It was out of his hands, bro. It was other people that they didn't want to get that money up to help those people get out of that squalor. They turned it over to the millionaires and billionaires. Yeah, and we used to have, I mean, '70s, '80s, all kind of what they call them, these negative landlords, slum lords, and all of that.
mhm.
And he did, he did what he could do for 4 years, and he was trying to do better. However, he was limited, and he got cut off. They dogged him out of that office. And what did we have? Mr. Trickle Down. He cut all of the benefits for the average guy. The little, we used to write off certain things and all of that, and made it more comfortable for the rich and the corporate.
Well, I don't know if anybody out there really realizes exactly what the heck he done and stuff because he this country made him a hero.
Yes.
Reagan economics, they made him a hero, but most of them still have forgotten what the heck he did.
Yeah.
He stole money out of the Social Security Trust Fund and
Two
say he's
point
gonna
nine,
pay it, and
two
say
point
he's gonna
seven
pay it.
trillion.
He said he's gonna pay it back. He
And
fired every air traffic controller out there in that day. Every last one of them because they wanted a raise.
yeah,
He fired them people, all your air traffic controller, the people who control those planes who were up there in their sky, every last one of them were fired. He brought the military in to take over their jobs until they can get other people to come in there at a lower wage because he thought they made too much money. But he never said anything about he got a pension from the Actors Guild. He got a pension from being the governor of California. And he got a pension for being the president of the United States. It's okay for him to get it, but he took away everybody else's little money, and it was all right. But he was the greatest man around. Reagan economics, they still talking about it. Oh, trickle down, as you say.
It's the trickle down.
But we also have to remember that in his last couple, after he won his second term, that he followed in them same footsteps at 47. His last year or two, they hid it from everybody that this man had dementia, full blown dementia in his last years and stuff of being president. And they hid it. And it got him through his term. When it was all over with, old Nancy grabbed her husband up, put him on the plane, and took him back to California. And she hid him again until he died. But he had full blown dementia. And guess what, people? This old boy here, um, he might be heading down that same path. Because listen to him, people. Listen to him. Just listen to him. Something's not right there. Something not right there. I don't know what to say, but something not right. Anyway, uh, we're waiting on our esteemed U.S. Supreme Court because they took up his plea to throw that case out in the state court. This, even though they haven't ruled on it yet, it is going to set our judicial system back a long way. What are we going to do about it? I don't know. The Supreme Court is supposed to take care of federal issues, not the state. This is a state crime. They're going to dip their hands into a state judiciary. I don't know how our judiciary system is going to make it and be able to survive if they come out with some decision and take away this man's power to make a decision and stuff for a criminal that has committed a crime and he was judged by his 12 peers.
Should be getting jail time.
And
And you know
ironic,
what? New York gonna fold. They're gonna fold because see they don't have to. They don't do nothing. The Supreme Court says officially, legally.
legally, yeah, this is a huge legal problem here and stuff and everything. How are we going to deal with this? How the fact that the Supreme Court now can tell a state court what the heck to do? I thought we had state rights. You remember, Ted, for all the many years, the Republicans were screaming their butt off about states' rights. And you're going to take away the rights of the state now? Woo. But he has to be in court tomorrow. It's the 10th. So we don't know. They haven't said anything yet. Well, we don't know if they said anything yet. But they did take up the case. And ironically, it happened. He sent it back to the Supreme Court again because Mr. Samuelito gave the president elect a call yesterday, and they found out about it. The media found out about it. They put it out there on Front Street, and guess what the old boy said? Oh, we didn't talk about the case. He wanted to find out about one of my law clerks. You think Trump didn't ask him about that case? I got a bridge in San Francisco that I want to sell, and I'm gonna sell it dirt cheap.
Well, it's another case they're gonna take up.
A
TikTok.
TikTok.
Now, I got mixed feelings with it. However, it all depends on who buys it. Now, officially, we don't allow companies to be running certain media incidents in our country. China can't come over here and start a newspaper. Russia can't come over here and start a newspaper, or those types of things. They can put it on the internet and do what they want and say what they want to do because it seems like that's unregulated. However, when you come in and start a business, because you can't do that in China, you can't go over there and open up a radio station or start a newspaper there in China or Russia. So that's my mixed feelings. However, TikTok makes a lot of money for a lot of people here in America. They sell a lot of product. So the question is, who will be willing to buy it?
They've already got a buyer.
Who?
I'm trying to think of the name of the company. I saw it today in the news that they already got a buyer out there for it, and they're trying to hold off. They're trying to get the Supreme Court to hold off on their ruling until the sale of the company and everything is happening. But I don't know if that they're going to hold off or not. It's uh it's a mess out there. Our Supreme Court, man, it's gone has lost a lot of integrity and stuff in the last 4 or 5 years. A lot of
Well, it's lost
integrity
a
is
lot of
gone.
integrity in the last 20 years.
They've lost a lot integrity, and because I remember
Not to
growing
say
up and
it was perfect even then.
right that they were if the Supreme. If you went to the Supreme Court, man, that was something else, man. That was just ooh shoot, that was the ultimate. But now they just a gang of thieves, just like the rest of them are, I guess, taking money from people, doing all kind of crazy stuff. So anyway, I don't know, man. It's you wonder and stuff, Ted, why these big corporations and stuff are donating to this man. Why are they doing this? Why do you have to donate to him? What's what are they thinking? I don't know. I don't understand why you
Well,
would
I can tell you why.
go ahead. Tell me why. Give me some ideas about why.
There are what you call the MAGA effect. The MAGA effect is 50 million plus strong. No matter what 45, soon to be 47, says or do, they got his back. Therefore, and what do you have to have in capitalism? You got to have people to buy your product. And if those people stop buying my product, I'm going to lose money. Right now, what do you think is going on with Elon Musk? Yeah, he worked $400 billion, and I just saw it today because I get an update. 416 billion. But the question is, what's going to be the long effect of all the stuff that he's doing? He might drop down to 200 because those cars, Tesla, they they showing up all kinds of problems. So we'll see. We'll see. And you know, he coming in there because he know he want to get some government money. That's his whole thing. You know, if you get $25 billion or 30 billion or 100 billion, whatever it is, then he got more money to work with because he'll have those grants to build or do whatever they want, what the government wants to do. And he got all kind of ideas, and people bringing him all kind of ideas. You know, all these scientists and medical people. You know, he got a company right now that can put a chip in your brain now. He's been experimenting that for the last 7, 8 years, maybe longer than that. He's been using animals for that. People that have problems, you know, they can't walk or they have some kind of neurological problem, you know. So he's been working on those things for years, having other people do that. He don't know how to do it, but he hired people to do it. It's a company. So and it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a science trying to make a breakthrough. So
I'm still having a problem with finding out why you want to give this man some money,
because
and you
he's going
think
to attack him, bro. I just told you. Look, he got 30 million, 60 million people that's got his back. And that means they won't buy from you.
they're going to have to buy
No, they
from me.
don't.
They will.
Yeah,
Now you might lose 20 million or whatever going on, but you can
that's going
still
to hurt their bottom line, bro.
but you still got folks outside the boundaries of this country and stuff who are buying your products. You got Apple has a lot of sales and stuff going on outside this country. I remember in his first term, that old Jeffy boy, and he bumped heads. And old Jeffy boy said, "You gonna back off of me, brother." And guess what? Trump did.
That was personal. That wasn't business. That was personal.
There was some business involved in it too. He was trying to do something with Amazon and mess with them and and his company that he has out there. He was trying to do something to him, and Bezos got him off of him, buddy. He left him alone.
Well, he's got the pulpit now, bro. And I
I don't
don't know
think
if you
I don't
remember.
think that pulpit is that big. I
I don't,
Ted, you don't let a bully win.
Ed, let me just say this. There's a company that I really liked, clothing company. They sold clothes and shoes. And I'm trying to think of the name of the company. He called them out, called the chairman or president or whatever, and I forget the reason why because I think they didn't want to carry his daughter's stuff, and he called them out, bro. You know where that company is now? It's bankrupt. It's
You,
bankrupt.
you don't let a bully.
I'm just saying, it's all about the money, bro.
You
And when they
don't
decided
let.
they wasn't going to carry her stuff, her
You
little jewelry, you remember she had jewelry for sale, and they was trying to sell, put it in their store, and he called them out.
you
That company
don't
is
let
now bankrupt.
you don't let a bully. run you off your block.
I hear you talking.
You don't let a bully run you off your block. I don't care what happens. He does not run you off a block. That's the code of the ghetto,
E
brother. You
W
don't
R
let no
at capital
bully
K
run
at
you
capital
off the
D
block.
I hear you
That,
talking.
capital R
yeah,
capital E
you don't let him do that.
capital
You're breaking the code. And
E and
I'm pretty
reach
sure
off
that if three or four of
U
them multi-billionaires
I
get
L
together,
retail
they can bring forth a lot of
O
power
U
and a
out
lot of
O F I
pressure
B U
on that rascal. Just two or three of them. You don't need all of them. Just two or three of them biggies. They can bring a lot of pressure on him. I'm looking at this woman and stuff, Ted, down there in Mexico, and that old boy was messing with girlfriend, and the old boy got off of her back quick when she sent that letter to him. Now she's still sitting down there in the Mexico City and raining terror around there across that border. But he ran the boy from the north out. I don't know if that was because of Trump or not, but the prime minister is resigning out of his office. And
You talking about Canada?
he was the one that left his place up there and crossed the border and with his tail between his behind and headed to Mar-a-Lago. And now he done lost. He is resigning. He's done. Ooh, Trudeau, sorry, brother. You should have stayed in Canada and dealt with that rascal, and you might still be in your job because girlfriend, she sent that rascal a letter and threatened him, and he hasn't said no more about her again.
Well, you say that, and I'm gonna tell you right now, he is the president of the United States.
I don't
And you
care.
know what he's going to do? I'm going to tell you exactly what he's going to do. Mark my words, Ed. You can sit up here and say that she stood up to him, but mark my words right now. He's going to make sure those few little companies that's over there, that's American companies, he going to make sure they're going to catch hell to pay. Because you know what he already said? He said that he's going to charge so much tariff on them, they're not going to be able to sell their products here.
Ted, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see come January 20th. We're going to see what the heck happened. I don't believe he's going to bother girlfriend.
Okay.
I don't believe he's going to bother her.
I hear you talking.
I don't believe he's going to bother her. Anyway, man, final word here. We down at the end of our little hour show here and everything, people. And I've been
I'm gonna
enjoying
say this.
myself. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say this. America, get your superpower back. Don't let these bullies, don't let these
I just
rodents.
said that. Don't let these bullies get you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I should have said that. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm talking about America. I ain't talking about no BS over in Mexico. I'm talking about America and Americans. Don't let these people take over this country. Those 90 million people that's that's not engaged, get them engaged. Reach out to all these people so that we can have a country like we want to. It's not perfect. It's far from perfect, but it definitely can be better. And we was on that track when President Obama was there. We was on that track. So don't let these bullies and these hoodlums take over this country.
You got one in the White House right now. A bully.
I just said, I just said, don't let them.
Okay, you got a
Don't
bully
let
in the
them. I'm
White House.
talking about this country,
Yeah, we
not
got a bully.
Mexico, not Canada.
But we got a bully in the White House right now. He's a bully. He's a bully. Anybody that does what he
And
does is a bully.
these news people ain't nothing but trash now. They ain't
Well,
nothing but
they
trash.
they they made themselves trash. They sit down there and tooted their behind up, and they made themselves trash. You
Ain't nobody
don't make
listening
your
to them. They don't know. Ain't nobody listening to them no more.
right, but they tooted their booty up around them and carried on. That's what you can't tootie your booty up around somebody because they gonna get you. Quit tooting your booty up and around him, and just be just as ruthless as he is.
Like he a legitimate president.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. As long as he gonna straighten him up and everything, where he can start flying right, act like a president. Act like the president of this country. Have some integrity. That's the way you need some integrity. People will respect folk with integrity. They will respect you. You get more power. You get more of what you want with sugar than you do with a lemon. Being ugly doesn't get you a whole lot of anything. That's all I got to say. And more power,
Don't make me
girlfriend. And more power to girlfriend down there in Mexico. Cause
don't make
she
me
she
fan.
getting ready to rename the whole North America. This is Mexican America. This is Mexican America. Because if you knew your history books, you know that the Mexicans own all this stuff and everything. Over half this country was owned by them. They lived here. It was part of their stuff. But anyway, Ted, we gonna make it through this mess here some kind of way. Anyway, people, Mr. Harvey has just said his final word.
Full stop.
what, what are you doing?
I was just looking. I was trying to find the name of that company that I was talking about, but
Yeah,
it's
well, you
gone
need to
now. I
find
can't.
out who you need to find out the company that's put up some money to buy TikTok too. They out there. That's I forget the name of it. It's I think FIPO or some old name I haven't never heard of before. They trying to buy for like $4.9 billion or something. Anyway, people, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and you guys have a great day.